How are you? Yeah, so, wow. I'm a little overwhelmed. I think you said it clear. It makes you feel like, what is happening right now, right? I think we're all cutting up because you don't get to be in these spaces too often with more people. So this is like a dressed up family reunion. And somebody's got to bring the potatoes out. But I want to thank Brother Al. Just met him. We cousins. Right? Brother Al has history with my in-laws. I don't call my in-laws. These are my parent in-laws, Robert and Wanda Dickerson. They were honored a couple years ago. Yeah. So he's friends with them from Darby. They got some backsliding days in Darby. That time right there. But I'm a product of Camden and humble beginnings. I just want to shout out to my parent. I'm just so blessed to have my in-laws in here and my parents are here at the same time. Girl, I just grew up in Camden, and I'm telling you, I had an amazing life in Camden, and I think my village, my community is what poured into me to be able to do the things that I'm doing right now. My grandmother and my grandfather still live downtown Camden. They have pictures on their wall of everyone who graduated from Camden High School. I didn't say Woodrow Wilson, I said Camden High School inside their house, right? And it's there. We see them graduation pictures, and we were brought up humbly. Then on my father's side, the Greens family, we were just embedded in the church and singing and family, and we sat at the kitchen table and we talked, and my grandma ate peanuts and Pepsi. I grew up really humble in Camden. I went through all Camden public schools, and I had an amazing a childhood. And then as I became an adult and I met my then boyfriend, turned fiance, then husband, Jamal, who was here earlier, and you're probably like, why didn't her husband stay? Because we have a great understanding in this partnership. We got to take care of business. These children are not waiting. Life is not waiting. We have to take care of business. So he's dealing with the students in Camden. He's a director of band, music director. He's done some amazing work. I'm sure that if you didn't know him, he's been a attendee of Chicken Bone Beach. So I was just sitting here absorbing that moment. And I just want to I met him, and that began my exposure to the need to serve Camden at a young age. So I'm just honored to be up here, and then it just transitioned to an amazing place. And I went from being a Camden girl to being exposed in Unity Community Center of South Jersey to all the things the world has to offer. And I thank my mother and my father for raising me as a wholesome young woman, but I thank UCC and my in-laws for spreading that pouring that love on me. They didn't have to love me because I wasn't married to their son at the time. I was just a girl that was coming in there, centered, trying to figure out who I was. And they embedded culture in me. They let me know that you are worthy of having culture, you are worthy of being beautiful, you're worthy of being in the front, and we're going to push you to that direction, right? And I just think that people like myself who come from grassroots, we don't have all those accreditations behind our names, all the letters in the alphabet. Sometimes we're judged because we seem like we don't come from something so polished, right? But the experience becomes our credentials, right? Camden, it's not easy work. I know that you all have read about Camden and heard things about Camden, but the work in Camden is not easy work, and it was our work that was consistent to us building, as Brother Green, who actually was my connection to Brother Al. It's like a connection here. We were able to build Camden We Choose, and that's a coalition of groups of just grassroots organizations, unions, community members, stakeholders, students, parents, just people in Camden who care about equity and building relationships that can last in Camden and sustain Camden. And we did this based off of a need. We saw that Camden was struggling with, and I'm going to be honest, I speak very frank, with corruption. We're struggling with poverty. We're struggling with all the things that people have, and I'm not going to lie, and racism is there. And New Jersey has its own level of racism. That's right. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you can look at New Jersey's racism, it looks different than anywhere else in the world, right? New Jersey has a special level of racism, like, did you just say that, but didn't say that? It's like that, right? So I want to be honest about that. We have to sit on that and actually struggle with that sometimes because we all are exposed to it, but we don't call it what it is. So Camden We Choose became a coalition that we built based on the need for us to serve Camden residents and really give them a voice and control the narrative. We were tired of the newspapers. We were tired of the politicians at the time who were elected into office to be able to speak for us. We said we, the residents, have to have a voice, right? So we started to build this coalition, and through the coalition's work, it is giving birth to a lot of great things. But it's so many multiple things. Like I said, I can shift to 1,000 hats. One thing that I'm humble and loving about is that I have a village that just cares about me. And as you can see, my village is here, and it ranges from midwives and doulas to community organizers, to grassroots leaders, to my daughters who are here looking at their mother like, that's our mom. You know, I'm a mother of 6 children, 3 are away, well, 2 are away at college, and 1 is teaching class right now. So we just set up a little different a little bit, but we're living in this Camden and trying to do the best we can. And it's the one thing we understand about this fight and this work that we do, is that we have to be consistent and sit with a spirit of integrity in this work. We can't lose our spirit of self-determination as we do this work for our people. You know what I mean? And then having this for the South Jersey Journal matters because I felt like, why me? I represent, but people said, why not you? And I had to sit on that because I was like, I represent so many other people who will never be recognized because we don't fit the must. We don't cut that type of level that people want us to cut. But grassroots people are a heartbeat of building communities, one community at a time. And I want you all to know that that is something that I want to say sincere to all of you. They may not go through the educational system. They may not get all the degrees in the world, but grassroots folks have a place in this world. And they are important because our children need to see that. To let them know that it just doesn't start from going to school. It starts from developing something in your own community because we all can go away. What do you come back to? What do you pour back into your community? Just wanted to thank you all. Thank you, Brother Al. Thank the team from South Jersey Journal. I'm honestly humble. I really am. This is a big networking base. Some amazing African Americans doing some great leadership things that we need to expose in our communities. And this opportunity right here is just a great moment in time for me because all I can do is just pay it forward. That's all I can do is just pay it forward. So I'm hoping that whoever's next in the next line of 25 people that gets awarded and do something outstanding, remember that the communities that we need to touch are the ones that we don't hear about. We got to touch those communities. Go back to where you're from and don't go back in it with the spirit of I'm looking down, but I'm here looking at myself or where I was and how I've grown. So we can just keep supporting that energy and getting people to recognize that it's work to be done on Camden, New Jersey and all across New Jersey. I appreciate every last one of you. Thank you so much.